Have you ever had one of those trips where a single meal just changes everything? Well, that's exactly what happened to Samer. He's a young guy from Damascus who went on a business trip to Algiers. He thought it was just business, but it turned into this incredible journey of discovery, and it all started right there at the dinner table. This is what his Algerian friend Amin told him. Just listen to that line again. Today, you will taste our history in a dish. Wow, that's not just an invitation to dinner, is it? That promises something way, way deeper. It sets the stage for an experience where every single bite is going to be a history lesson. All right, so let's put ourselves in Samer's shoes for a second. He's just landed in Algiers, he's a total stranger, and all he's got are the tastes of home in his head. He's probably thinking about yakna, this amazing hearty stew from Damascus that's always served with rice. That's his comfort food, his frame of reference for everything. And then the first dish hits the table. And this right here is the moment everything flips for Samer. You can just imagine his eyes widening. His curiosity is immediately sparked, and his real culinary education is just getting started. This one dish is about to completely challenge his idea of what a stew can even be. It's not even just the food that gets him at first. It's the pot. He's just mesmerized by this really unique cone-shaped earthenware pot. And his friend Amin explains that, oh yeah, that's kind of their secret weapon. The shape is basically engineered to trap all the flavor and moisture. It literally preserves history while it simmers. And this is where you really see the culture shock happening, right on his plate. On one side, you've got the yakna from his childhood, served with rice, very familiar. Then, bam, you have this Algerian tagine. It's eaten with bread, not rice. The texture is way denser. And the flavors, this incredible mix of sweet and savory. He's realizing, okay, I am in a totally different culinary universe now. And this is where it gets even deeper. Samer learns that tagine isn't just the name of a pot or a recipe. No way. It's a huge symbol. The whole concept is tied directly to the Amazigh people. You might know them as Berbers, the original inhabitants of North Africa. So when you eat it, you're literally tasting ancient history. And believe me, the journey did not stop there. Samer gets hit with this symphony of Algerian food. There's the famous couscous, of course, a super hearty soup called cherbe fric, this incredible dish chakchouka, which is like torn flatbread in a rich stew, and for dessert, kab el luz. Every single one has a story, but there was one in particular that really, really stuck with him. And that brings us to the heart of the family. The matriarch, Lala Zor, Amin's mom. It's Friday, which is a big deal, and she serves couscous. And for Samer, this dish just screams togetherness. It's the kind of meal that's the absolute centerpiece of tradition, the thing that pulls everyone to the table. And you have to hear what Lala Zor tells him. She says, "My son, couscous is not just grains of wheat. It is the patience of grandmothers." Just let that sink in for a moment. That one sentence changes everything. Suddenly, it's not about the ingredients anymore. It's about generations of love and time and work, all woven into this dish by the women of the family. So Lala Zor paints this beautiful picture for him. She talks about the ritual of it all. Imagine women gathering together, hand-rolling every single grain, all while singing these old traditional songs. She explains that couscous is considered a blessing for the guests. And the best part? The more people you have at your table, the more blessed the dish becomes. It's all about sharing. All right, so after that incredible main course, the story keeps going. It's time for dessert. Lala Zor brings out something called kald el luz, which literally translates to heart of the almond. And just like everything else, this isn't just a sweet treat. It's packed with memories, specifically memories of the old Kasbah of Algiers. Of course, Samer has to ask for the secret to her recipe. And her answer is just the best. She says the key ingredients are, the finest almonds you can find, some homemade orange blossom water, and peace of mind. Isn't that amazing? She's basically saying that the most important ingredient is the emotion you put into it, that feeling of love and calm. So as Samer is sitting there, sipping on some mint tea, it all starts to click. All these flavors, all these stories, they're coming together in his mind into this one big, powerful idea. He's getting it now. This food isn't just a bunch of recipes. It's living proof of how totally different cultures can mix together and create something beautiful on a single plate. And that's the big question that forms in his head. How can one dish, one single dish, hold the history of so many different groups of people? It's a huge moment for him. He's looking at the dinner table not just as a place to eat, but as this amazing space for unity and shared history. And this is basically what Lala Zahor was explaining. You can see it right here. Algerian food is a total melting pot. You've got these deep Amazigh roots as the foundation. Then you have layers of Arab influences, and woven all through that are Jewish traditions. All three of these cultures have stirred their stories into the pot, creating the flavors he's tasting. And that's the big takeaway for Samer. This is it. Food isn't just about filling your stomach. It's a living history book. It's a story that gets passed down from one generation to the next. A message that says, this is who we are, this is where we're from, and it's all served up with a whole lot of love. Samer is just, completely moved by all this, and he turns to Lala Zahor and says, your food has so much of your spirit that it makes a stranger feel at home. And that's the thing, isn't it? He's not a stranger anymore. In that moment, he truly feels like he belongs, all because of this one incredible meal. And her reply is just perfect, the absolute definition of hospitality. She just gives him this warm look and says, whoever tastes our food becomes one of us. I mean, that's it. It's a total embrace, a welcome. It's her telling him, yep, that feeling you have, it's real. You're part of the family now. So in the end, Samer leaves Algiers with more than just some business deals. He leaves with the taste of shakshuka burned into his memory. But he also leaves behind a promise. He tells them he's going to come back and cook them makluba, a classic dish from his home in Syria. So you see, it's not the end of the story. It's the start of a whole new conversation between cultures happening right there at the dinner table. Which really just leaves us with one last thing to think about. Samer found a whole country's history in a family's heart, all in their food. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? If someone sat down at your table, a total stranger, what stories would your food tell them about you, about your family, about where you come from?